Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect of Israel. Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash. My name is Yakalba from Plain Tables Camp. It says Polish MP bills Ukraine $23 billion for support, because different European nations have been supporting this war in Ukraine and Russia. And it's, I believe the Polish government banned grain imports. So the Polish MP issued a bill for $23 billion to Ukrainian embassy on Tuesday, suggesting that Kyiv should repay the aid it has received after suing Warsaw for imposing a ban on grain imports from the country. All right, so Poland stopped grain from coming in from the Ukraine. So they're supposed to be friends now. All right. It shows you how tight their union really is. All right. The Ukraine has sued Poland before the World Trade Organization and threatened to introduce trade restrictions in retaliation for imposing a ban on imports of Ukrainian grain. All right. This goes back to Revelation, the 17th chapter. All right, because the beast is referring to the economic and military union of the European governments. It started off with 10, and it has expanded to the number it is now. It says Revelation 17:16, the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast. All right, is the NATO and your EU, European Union. All right, these shall hate the whore, meaning eventually those European governments are going to turn against America, Babylon, which the whore is America. All right. These shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For the Yahweh hath put in their mind, in their hearts, to fulfill his will and to agree. All right. And to give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of the Yahweh, or Elohim might be there, shall be fulfilled. All right. So those European powers, they form their organizations under their military and economic unions, which would be NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and the EU, European Union. All right, so they gave their beast, so they gave their kingdom, their power unto those organizations. All right, and they wage war, and they deceive through those unions. All right, that's their union. That's their agreement that they have with each other. All right. Until the words of the power shall be fulfilled. So as you can see, there's schisms in the body. All right. Poland is banning, basically stopping them from making money, banning imports of grain, and now Poland is asking for their money back. All right. So how tight is this union? Really, the European Union and the NATO alliance. All right. Which I don't believe Ukraine is a part of either. You can fact check if they're a part of EU. I don't think they are. But that's it. No matter what, they're supposed to be allies in some fashion. All right. Even though that they're not directly tied, to the beast. All right, they're supposed to be, they're getting support from the beast. All right, so it shows you that their union is falling apart now. Poland is directly their part of the beast, both the EU and NATO. All right, so they're fully integrated within that system. So you would think that they would be going along with the plans that the whore want, because the whore is leading the beast, even though they're supposed to be equal. The whore is in front. All right, you would think that they would be adhering to make the support for the Ukraine as smooth as possible. But there's schisms in the body. And what did Yahweh say about there being division? It says Luke 11:17. But he's knowing their thoughts said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house falleth. All right. So just on this simple equation, we know that this union is eventually going to fall. All right. And those European powers, all right, the beast is going to turn, all right, minus, America, the whore. They're going to turn their nuclear arsenal, their weapons, all right, over against the whore. All right. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So this scripture actually tells you that they're not only Russia is going to destroy the land of unwalled villages, is that the 10 horns, which has expanded to the current number. All right. I think it's like 20 something or 30, whatever it is, different EU nations and NATO nations, and economic and military union. All right. They're going to use whoever has it, the capability to at the time, they're going to use their power, their nuclear power, to destroy the whore. All right. It says right here, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore and make her desolate and naked, and eat her flesh and burn her with fire. All right, the 10 horns are separate from Russia. All right, so we know Russia has a nuclear arsenal. All right, but the 10 horns, it says here, they also have nuclear arsenal. All right. So, and remember, the spirit of Yahweh, all right, it's going to be in those nuclear weapons. All right, that's going to destroy Babylon, America. All right. So we also have here, this is September 20th, 2023. Grain spat drags Ukraine ties with ally Poland to lowest point since start of Russian invasion. All right. It says a dispute about whether Ukrainian grain should be allowed to enter the domestic markets of Poland and other European Union countries has pushed the tight relationship between Kyiv and Warsaw to its lowest point since Russia invaded Ukraine last year. Polish leaders have compared Ukraine to a drowning person hurting his helper and threatened to expand a ban on food products from the war-torn country. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky suggested that EU allies that are prohibiting imports of its nation's grain are helping Russia. All right, so again, this alliance, they're not even agreeing. All right, I'm sure they've other NATO and EU countries have contacted Poland and said, you got to get on board. Let's we got to help. This is the will of the beast to wage war, to help wage war in Ukraine. They're supposed to be agreeing. They're supposed to be of one mind. All right. This is the Hill. It says Poland's president, Ukraine like drowning person clinging to anything available. This is September 20th, 2023.
Yesterday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky made an impassioned plea before the United Nations General Assembly. Let's check in.
Evil cannot be trusted. Ask Prigozhin if one bets on Putin's promises. Please hear me. Let unity decide everything openly. While Russia is pushing the world to the final war, Ukraine is doing everything.
And I believe that's the statement where Zelensky said, if I'm not mistaken, that this is a third world war that they're involved in. All right, because it is, because you had those European powers. All right, the beast. All right, the whole beast and America. All right, that makes up the beast. The and the whore that sitteth on her. All right, that makes up the whole union, at least the NATO portion. All right. This is a third world war. All right, it's just not direct yet. It's just indirect. It's proxy. All right, so I believe that's the statement where he said pushes toward the final war. All right, which is a third world war, which is going to end in a nuclear war. All right, and that was what I just read in Revelation 17th chapter. The eat her flesh and burn it with fire. That's the third world war. What the end of it?
Everything to ensure that after Russia, while unity decides everything openly, while Russia is pushing the world to the final war, Ukraine is doing everything to ensure that after Russian aggression, no one in the world will dare to attack any nation.
Now, Zelensky is set to head to Capitol Hill tomorrow in a visit coordinated with the Biden administration to encourage Congress to approve the White House's supplemental request for $24 billion more for Ukraine.
Meanwhile, Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy said he wants to question Zelensky and secure accountability for American taxpayers.
Is Zelensky elected to Congress? Is he our president? I don't think I have to commit anything. I have questions for him. Where's the accountability on the money we already spent? What is the plan for victory? I think that's what the American public wants to know. Look, what Russia has done in invade is wrong. It's an atrocity, and we want to make sure that ends. I also have always said from the beginning, no matter what the issue is, I want accountability for whatever the hardworking taxpayers spend their money on, and I want a plan for victory.
Yeah, because you have certain groups in America that are at least a little logical. Like, okay, well, we can't be sending you money like open ended. There has to be some accountability. But then others, other powers in the West and America, they don't. They say we're raising a third world war. This is the end. So it don't really matter. All right. So two different thoughts there. All right. And you go back to Revelation 17. It says these 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings which have received no kingdom as of yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. So they're waiting to receive their kingdom. Well, they want to establish a new world order. All right. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. All right. So they're supposed to be agreeing. All right. But eventually you see that they're not going to agree. It's going to come to a point where they're going to have schisms in their body. And it tells you that they're going to use their firepower, all right, to totally annihilate the whore. All right, and the whore is America. All right. So their union is falling apart, You have Britain, they left the EU, I believe. Yeah, they left the EU, European Union. And you're going to see a trend of different European countries leaving their unions, but then they're going to still agree. They're still going to agree on that implant chip. All right, let's not forget that agreement. All right, so you could say in one sense, it's a little bit of political theater going on. All right, political theater. I mean, they're just acting at certain points, but eventually, all right, they're going to agree on that implant chip. All right. Let's get that. We'll end the video with that. But then the end result is going to be nuclear fire on Babylon, America. All right. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. So they're going to agree. So they're agreeing. And then they're going to disagree. So they're going to flip flop. Then they're going to agree again. And then they're going to disagree with nuclear fire. And he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So they're going to eventually agree. And then at the end, they're going to disagree with nuclear fire. All right, so they have schisms right now, but they're going to agree on certain points. All right. Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right, 666. And they hide that number in their products. All right, in their inventions. All right. In their manufactured goods. All right, and in their movies and documents, they hide this number 666. All right, and as you see, it's a number of a man. All right, so it's men. All right, not the spiritual demon, not Lucifer. They call him Lucifer, but Lucifer is a man, or Satan himself. All right, it's not Satan himself; it is a man. All right, who's governed by Satan. All right. So the devil that's coming is the man. It's the Edomites. All right. The Edomites. All right. They look like Caucasian people. All right, for the main part. All right. That's the general look of the Satan man. All right. For it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right. The spirit Satan, the devil, is not a man. All right. These are men on earth that have power on the earth. All right. They look like Caucasian men. All right. And they have economic and military unions. All right. This is talking about America, NATO. They're part of NATO, Canada, the different European powers. All right. These all agree on, waging war over in the East, the old world. All right. And eventually those powers are going to turn against America. All right. I don't know what Canada's going to do, but it tells you about those 10 kings. Well, Canada is an extension, technically, of what Britain and France. They speak, English and French. So we'll see. More coming soon. We will see. So with certain groups in America want accountability, and Poland, is wants their money back. So you can see their union falling apart, and eventually it's going to turn to nuclear fire raining on Babylon, America, and the elect being delivered from that nuclear fire. All right. So hope you edified. Shalom.